I don't know, I think the more ordinary the item, the more interesting it is. If you have these incredibly designed pieces, beautiful brass vases or whatever it may be, it's so easy to make that look beautiful to me because it already is beautiful. But there's something really interesting about making something very boring or, just everyday items potentially beautiful. Someone designed that piece, and I think that's kind of cool when you can, pay tribute to something that's quite, normal, quite gross. When I meet new people, it's extremely hard to explain what I do. I usually avoid it as much as I can. Well, I guess I'm probably generally known as a stylist, although I personally hate that word because I think a lot of people don't know what that is, or just assume that, oh, okay, so you move shit on set. And it's like, well, we do more than that. I think a good stylist crosses over many things. Stylists come up with ideas, they execute them, they design a set. They get the photographer to come on board to execute their idea. They work with so many different people, and I don't think some people understand it fully. I think I'm known for all the straight lines, all the hard lighting, very crisp photography, but it's not entirely what I do. Minimalism in itself is so hard to achieve. People think it's easy. It's not. You can just keep chucking shit into a shot and keep going, and sure, but actually reducing is harder than it seems. Architecture is such a big love of mine. Brutalist architecture predominantly is quite fascinating because it's not so beautiful, but there is a strange beauty in it. It's very bold, it's very straight, it's very almost black and white in some aspects. Just a big block of concrete with a few lines in it does it for me. I don't know, it does it for me. That also has an impact on the way that I treat my shoots, is that it goes back to everything having a straight line. The beginning of the process is working with the client to come up with a concept for an image, whether it be for a campaign or whether it be for a brand. Today we're shooting for Arts House, which is a Melbourne contemporary performing arts space. One of the key themes that Arts House has within season 1 and 2 next year is consumerism. So what we've come up with is a very experimental shoot. The whole idea behind it is creating really weird but somehow wonderful life hacks out of really mundane everyday objects. I love the role of experimentation. It is so, I don't know, I feel like you get so much more out of just leaving things a little bit open-ended. Once you have a look at the actual props on the table, they're not very inspiring. They're really weird, basic, everyday objects, really random items that we're somehow going to use to create something really odd, and hopefully get the viewer, once they see it, to sort of think twice and go, that's bizarre, but maybe that might actually work. Yeah, it's so drab and wonderful. think I've struggled with the whole idea of calling myself an artist over the years. I guess I just come from that mentality, and maybe it's a little bit of an old school way of thinking, but an artist is someone that, has a piece of work in a gallery, whereas my work isn't available for purchase, and it's usually used to sell something. So how do you call that art? But it is. It has its own, it fits into the world of creativity. So good. It's all about curiosity. That's what I try to achieve. There doesn't have to be an answer, it's just that curiosity.